Hello everyone, my name is Mike and this is Matrix to Paradise. I created this channel to document my journey from the Matrix, which was a truck driving job for me, to my personal paradise, which is living overseas and traveling and exploring and documenting it all on YouTube. I don't know, my mouth is not working today, but it's not. Anyway, as you can see, I'm not in a tractor trailer anymore, not in a truck cab. I'm in my new apartment in Siem Reap, Cambodia, and I couldn't be happier. So I was gonna do some video when I was traveling and all that, and there really wasn't much to see. Just the inside of the airports, there was nothing interesting. There was nothing that I could go out the windows where I was at and see anything. It just wasn't, there was nothing to film. So it was a long trip. I believe it was a total of 28 hours in the air with 14 hours of layover time. So I flew from Phoenix, Arizona, Sky Harbor Airport, to Vancouver, Canada, and that airport, there's nothing special there. So I stayed there for, I believe, 6 or 8 hours. Then I flew to Singapore, which was the long trip, and stayed there for, I think, 6 hours, and then took basically a hop flight from Singapore, which is not too far. It's about 3 hours flight time from Singapore to Siem Reap, Cambodia. All my stuff was packed up. My phone wasn't, but I mean, there wasn't really anything to see on the way here. And I got here as it was dark out, and I was thinking about filming on the way into Siem Reap from the airport, because it's about a 10-mile drive outside of town. And it was dark, so there was nothing really I could see, that you could see, so it wasn't worth taking video then. Anyway, so I was living in a hotel for the last 5 days and waiting to find. I was looking for a permanent apartment, and I just wanted the price to be right, and I wanted everything to be perfect with it. Not perfect, but you know what I mean, just so it works out well. Because I'm gonna do this on a frugal budget. I'm not gonna go crazy. I don't wanna stay in a $500 apartment. I'm staying in a $130 apartment. So I'm gonna do an apartment video next, but this is just the initial video that I'm gonna do and tell you everybody I'm here. And it's just, landing in this country has been 6 years. Since 2000, I left here in May, I think it was May of 2019, and I've been trying to get back here ever since. Literally everything here is 10 times cheaper than in the United States. Literally. The food, the apartments, the transportation. I went out today, okay, I just got my keys today to my apartment. They were delaying me because they were putting in a new air conditioner, which is right above me here, and a new refrigerator, which is over here, it's not a huge one, it's like a small refrigerator. It's, I don't know, probably about 4 feet tall, but it's plenty enough for me. But they were finishing up some stuff in here, putting some decorations on the walls and doing some touch up. They painted the walls in here and stuff and did all that. And so I was delayed by 2 days. So I stayed in the hotel for an extra couple days. So it was probably right around 5 days. Anyhow, so I finally got here today. And the first thing I did was take a Tuk Tuk, which is a motorcycle with a person sitting thing in the back. It's sort of, I don't know, I'll have to show you a video of it when I'm out and about, and I'll show you videos of it. It's really cool. They're so efficient, and they only cost a couple dollars to drive, a few miles. It's perfect. However, since I'm going to be staying here a long time, I went out and rented a motorbike today, and it's a PCX. It's a Honda PCX 125. It's just like a motor scooter type thing, but it's pretty powerful if you want it to be. I don't drive like that. It's been about 35, 40 years since I've gotten on a motorcycle. But it's one of those things where it's an automatic, so I don't have to do any shifting or anything like that. So it's really easy to drive. But like everything else, if you haven't done it in about 40 years, you have to get on it and take your time and go slow. And I was going slow all day today, and I'd driven it out. I needed to get some practice, but I driven it around and worked out pretty well. The drivers here on mopeds and these little motorcycles, they have been doing it since they were like 3 years old. So they all know where the hell they're going. As long as I go slow, they'll go around me or find a way around, and they won't bother me. But you just have to be slow when you're picking it up again. And so I was. And I'm going to continue to be, because that's definitely something I don't want to do, is get into an accident. So, but you wouldn't believe it. It's organized chaos, but it works out perfectly. It's amazing. And if you just take your time as a foreigner when you're driving these motorbikes, until you get proficient at it, you got to be careful. Anyway, and not worrying about, I'm not talking about the other drivers. I'm basically talking about yourself making curves, turns and all that. You just got to pay attention. Pay attention to the road signs. Don't go the wrong way on a one-way street type thing. They have road signs here for that. So they're a little different than ours in the States, or in Europe or whatever, but it works. You can tell what they are. Anyway, so I got all that done today, and I'm just ecstatic that I had to come back here. And this would be my first night in this new apartment, and I had to make a video and tell everybody I was here and everything, and that it's working out. It's absolutely working out great. I found a gym. It's called Watbo Gym Club, and it's a free weights dungeon gym. It's great. It's got one open wall where it's outside, and it's hot in there, and I love it. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna sweat your butt off when you're in there. And I'm gonna start the gym tomorrow. I'm gonna drive over there early in the morning, do my workout, which probably won't be a whole long time because I haven't worked out in a long time, probably about 6 or 7 years. And and sitting on my butt in the truck has just made me out of shape in the worst way. So I'm gonna go over there and start tomorrow. It's only $1 a day. $1 a day to go over there. Now you can get it cheaper if you buy for a month. They say $25 for the month, but they'll let you pay $1 a day to work out. That's a bargain to me. So if I work out 3 or 4 days a week, depending on how my body feels, it's $3 or $4 a week. And, that's like, that's the least amount I've ever paid for a gym. So I'm really happy about that. So that's going to be starting my routine. The cool thing is I'm out here in an apartment building that is out. It's really kind of quiet around here. I love this. There's nothing going on around here. There's a little road that goes down the street from where I'm at, and around a corner, and right around the corner there's a little mom and pop coffee shop. Stopped in there, had an awesome iced coffee this morning, or this afternoon, and none of them speak English, and I used Google Lens to find out what it said on the menu, and I got my coffee and it was just fun. It was really cool. And I'm picking up more Khmer stuff. It's spelled Khmer, Khmer, but it's pronounced Khmer. So if anybody's out there saying, hey, Khmer Rouge or whatever, it's Khmer Rouge. That's how they say it here. They say Khmer. So I know it's spelled Khmer, but it's Khmer, believe me. So anyhow, I stopped in there. So I'm trying to, frequent some of the local businesses around here. The wonderful thing is right next door to our apartment, there's a laundry lady that does laundry over there, and it's cheap. I mean, I can take all my laundry over there and pay, a few dollars to have it washed and folded. And I don't even need a lot of apartments have washing machines, They don't have dryers here because you don't need them. But a lot of them have washing machines. I'm not even going to need it because I'm going to take it over to the washing lady because it's cheap, the laundry lady. So there's these little stores that these people open, and they'll sell beer, soda, candy, cigarettes, whatever you want. They have it there, and it's just amazing because it's right. There's one right down the street from me. If I need a soda pop, I can just walk down the street if I wanted it. Whatever. So. And like little stuff like toiletries and stuff like that. The one thing about Cambodia is everybody thinks, oh yeah, it's a third world country, or it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. It's not true. You can find anything you want here. You just got to find out where it's at. And if you talk to some people that have been here, they know where to find everything. And I'll always remember this story from when I was in Phnom Penh. I had a Tuk Tuk driver that I always used because he was on the street that I was on when I was in Phnom Penh. And I flagged him down one time. I said, hey, do you know where I can get sheets and bedding and stuff? He's like, sheets and bedding, what do you mean? And I played charades with him and said, sleep, pillow, sheets, pull up, oh, yeah. So he says, get in, I'll take you. And I swear to God, it was only like down the road, probably a half mile, and around a couple, turns and stuff. And boom, there was a store right there that sold bed in a bag and mattresses and sheets and pillows and the whole 9 yards. And I was like, I could have passed this and never even seen this. And it was amazing. You can find whatever you want here. You just got to ask somebody, and somebody will always know. And the people that work around where the tourists are, because where I was staying in the hotel that I was staying in, it's right down there on a place called Pub Street. It's not on Pub Street, but Pub Street's the big main party spot in Siem Reap. It's like loud bars, and it's backpackers and whoever wants to go out and party, they go down there. Well, anyway, the hotel I was staying in, they all spoke English. All the servers that were in the restaurants down there, there's a Mexican restaurant down there. I was hanging out there. I couldn't believe it. The Mexican food. And across the way from the Mexican food, there was a place called the Khmer Kitchen. They had the best. I don't. If you know me, you know I don't like soups. I never have liked soups. Well, I met a Marine here, a guy that's about my age. He says, you got to go over there. And so him and I went over there, and he goes, you got to try this soup. I said, I hate soups. He said, no, seriously, you got to try this. This stuff had lemongrass, basil, garlic, ginger, onions, chopped up little green onions, and some other stuff in there with beef, and you just put some salt and pepper on it. Oh my God, it was to die for. Just absolutely to die for. And I don't like soup, and I couldn't stop eating it. Tomorrow I'm gonna go get some more. And there's hardly any calories, and it's all flavor. And then I just got a little plate of fried rice with some vegetables and meat on it, or beef in it, and I'm in love with that place now. So I guess my tastes in food are changing a bit as I get older. Who knows? But anyway, so that all those people speak English, so you can find people to ask for stuff, and then of course you got Google Translate. You just put it in there. Hey, where can I buy socks, or where can I buy, underwear, or whatever you need to buy, toothpaste. You can just pop it in there, and they'll tell you. And there's a market down there. Okay, so now they have markets down there that are sort of like flea markets in the United States. If you're not from the United States, it's just it's not an open air, it's a closed roof market. And I guess it's the oldest market that's around here, and it's huge. It's a city block wide and long. You go back there, it's like going through the maze in The Shining. It just never ends. You go down this little pathway, and there's another 10 shops down there, and you take a right, and there's shops all the way down there. You can get lost in there. You can buy anything in there, from mangoes to motorcycle parts. I swear to God, anything. There's tailors in there that will build you a shirt, build you pants, will stitch anything together for you. if I needed something hemmed or if I need something, and it's cheap. I mean, like dirt cheap to get it done. It cost me, I remember I got this done in Phnom Penh. I got a shirt made for me, a button-up shirt, and it cost me like $20, $25, something like that. In the States, if I would have paid for that kind of thing, it would have cost me $125, maybe even more, maybe $200 to get a shirt made for me, tailored to me. It was incredible. Anyway, like I said, you can find anything you want here. So if anybody ever wants to come here, and I'm sure it's the same for Vietnam and for Thailand and all the other Southeast Asian countries, you can find what you need to find. Somebody has done it, somebody will do it, and they'll do it for 10 times cheaper than you can get it done in the United States or probably in Western Europe too. So that's that. I have to go down to that market and pick up some stuff for my house here, like a trash can and some other, cleaning supplies and stuff. I think they have a lady that'll come in and do cleaning here, but I don't need her to do that. I think you can request that, and they'll come in once a week or something and sweep up and wipe down and stuff. But I don't really need that. I'll just clean up myself because I'll need something to do anyway. But for $130, I get free Wi-Fi. The water costs $5 a month. The electricity now, if you run the air conditioner constantly, you're gonna have a high electricity bill, but it'll never be over like $150. It'd be the max if you ran the air conditioning constantly. But I want to keep that down too, because when I'm gone, I'm not going to run their air conditioning in here. But this room it's a studio apartment, as you can see. There's right over here behind me, or in front of me, there's a little kitchenette over there. And what they do is they don't have stoves here. They have like burners, like sort of like the old Boy Scout burners, where you had a little gas cartridge that you put in there and you'd cook your food on that. I need to get that, which they're cheap. They're like $20. The little cartridges you put in there with the gas, they're like 35 cents. I'll buy like 2 or 3 of them, and then when I'm done with them, I'll take them back down to the store where I bought them and just turn them in. And they're like 35 cents for full ones. It's like I said, everything's ridiculously cheap. I got to pick up some forks and knives and pots and pans and crap like that so I can cook my own food, which I plan on doing because food is very cheap here. Eggs are cheap, the whole 9 yards. So I got to do all that stuff. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'll get that stuff done, and that's about it. I mean, I'm going to be able to live here on the money I saved, and when I hit Social Security, I will have that money, and I'm just I couldn't be happier. And now I got a little motor scooter that's going to cost me $80 a month to rent it. Now, if I bought a new one, I'd have to spend like $3,000 on it. I don't want to spend $3,000 on a motorbike for a new one. I could buy a used one, but then you're kind of dealing with having to get maintenance done to it and doing all that. And I just figured that renting will be a lot easier. You figure $80 a month is like $250 a day. That's 2 sodas here, two soda pops, down in where it's expensive, $1.25 for soda. So $250 a day is a bargain for a rental, and I don't have to worry about the maintenance or anything. If it breaks down, I just take it down there, and they will replace it or fix it or do whatever. So you can't beat that. So, and with only paying $130 a month for an apartment, I could have gotten something cheaper, but I could have gotten something for $80. But it was a little more rough, and I didn't want it as rough as those were. This area is wonderful, so it all kind of just worked out that way. Other than that, I'm starting up. I'm gonna do a video, show you the bike tomorrow, show you the apartment, go around the apartment, explain it all, and you can see that I'm really living the life here. I I mean, this is so much better than having to get up and live in a truck and then having to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock and drive into Dallas or Kansas City or Phoenix or LA and deliver freight. It's so much better than that. And I'm not mocking that job. That was a great job. That's probably the best job I ever had in my life that I enjoyed as far as that is concerned. But this retirement is the best job I've ever had. And I've only been doing it for about, a week now. And I couldn't be happier. And I implore everybody to work on your dream. Work on your dream. Don't give it up. Just keep going. You can get there. Because I'm living proof that I'm nobody special. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say for today. I am here in Siem Reap, Cambodia. This is the paradise part of this channel's purpose. I am going to take video outside and do a video, do a tour around here, show you where I live. I'll probably hook up my my GoPro, because I got this thing where you can put it on your head or you can put it on your chest, and you can drive around with a GoPro, and I can show you all the places that I'm, visiting, and show you where, what it looks like in Siem Reap. And I'm going to do videos like that. It's just, this is the dream come true. I honest to God it is. And I just got here, and I just got into my new apartment. I was in a hotel, and that's not really the, the pinnacle there. It's just, I can't believe I'm here. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching my videos. I'm sorry this one took so long to come. Obviously I was traveling and it was kind of weird, and there was really not much to see in the airport and all that. So I just, and I was lugging around bags and stuff, and I just didn't want to deal with that. So there was nothing to see anyway. So here I am in Siem Reap, and thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe if you like this video, and share it with anybody who is interested in these kinds of subjects. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Thank you for watching again, and I'll talk to you. Bye now.